Hi, this is Ethan Burston from the Sunshine State of Florida, and today I have the great pleasure to interview Mr. Ty Roberts. Mr. Ty Roberts is a producer, director, and writer. He has 4 winning awards, 1 Audience Award, 2 Special Jury Prize Awards, and 1 Festival Prize Award. He did an amazing job directing the movie 12 Mighty Orphans. Hey Ty Roberts, how you doing? Hey Ty, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Ethan. Good to meet you, buddy.
It's good to meet you too. So first of all, I want to let you know it is an honor to interview today about this film, which I really love. So what drew you into getting involved with 12 Mighty Orphans?
Oh gosh, there's a wonderful book written by Jim Dent that I read and really convinced me that we could do something different with the sports genre and in particular this football story. And I've got 2 young kids, and I'm constantly looking towards how to inspire them and how to keep them on track and disciplined and thoughtful and everything that they're doing. And I just felt like this story really encompassed every quality that we need to have in order to, it doesn't have to be your own children. It can be any kids, just to motivate and inspire them, and I felt like it was so genuine and real and set towards a backdrop of the Great Depression, which uh, was a very difficult time in America. And to have the story of the Mighty Mites, to help pull us out of it, I just thought it was so cool, to have a true story like this that made such an impact on people. And these kids went on to do such great things in their lives. And I love, I've got these 2 small kids myself, and my wife has a school, and we're just constantly talking about, how to shape and help kids, prepare themselves for their own lives. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's all part of that, and just a really neat way to share that with everybody through a movie.
Yeah. Texas has more legendary high school football stories than any other state, but this one, as told by Jim Dent in his book by the same name, is something else. And I know that you can't always include everything from the book in the film script, so how did you decide what to include and what not to include?
Yeah, that's a great question because the book's 360 some odd pages, and Lane Garrison, my co-writer, and I really were just like mad scientists in our little office for like 6 months. We had up every storyline pinned on the walls and drew maps and pictures and lineups, and it came down to this. We felt like we had to do a 2-hour movie. And in order to do a 2-hour movie, we had to distill it down to the key elements of Rusty's journey. And, we obviously wanted to keep it tied to the 12 Mighty Orphans, but, there's a lot of backstory in the book that we couldn't get to. So we charted it out into a 3-act structure and really just hit these bullet points on like what we felt like was so important. And sometimes they were from other seasons and other moments in their lives or whatever it may have been, but the spirit of the movie is totally tied to the book and to Rusty himself and Juanita and sort of their trajectory. So it was just ultimately important to honor that as best as we could. But at the end of the day, we got to make a great movie. So it's really hard to do, but if you chart it out and really look at it, it sort of begins to fill the holes, begin to fill themselves. You kind of realize what you're missing. And then you go back to the well and you're like, okay, well, this little element of the story could work here. So it's a real fun, creative process. It's kind of like a puzzle. You start with the beginning, the end, and you form the middle, and you fill in all the holes along the way. So it's a lot of fun, but I tell you what, after about 6 or 8 months, it got old too, because there were certain things and aspects to it that didn't come easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were saying it was a lot of fun. As you were saying you enjoyed it. So did you enjoy working with the big stars such as like Luke Wilson, Martin Sheen, Vanessa Shaw, and Robert Duvall?
Oh my goodness, those folks are such wonderful collaborators. Luke Wilson is such a wonderful guy, and he's such a funny, lighthearted guy, but he's really smart and had good ideas along the way, and was just a truly a wonderful collaborator. And as a director, that's what you want. You want someone who's all in and dedicated, who can come to the set with ideas, but at the same time pull off exactly what you want from the script, and then you play. And Vanessa Shaw was so wonderful. She came in at the last minute and just owned Juanita to the nth degree, and just pulled off a wonderful performance with her. And Luke and Martin Sheen together, it was like watching a comedic act on set every day. They were making the boys laugh, and sometimes we had to rein them in and tell them to calm down, making everybody laugh all the time. But what a wonderful way to set the tone, to be on set, because sometimes sets can be a little bit tough.
Yeah. So why do you think sport films and movies impact audiences so much?
Everybody loves good sports, and or just sports in general, and most people do, and it's found a way in our hearts at one time or another in our lives. And I grew up loving to watch football. My dad was a tried and true footballer and loved the University of Texas, and we were big Oilers fans back in the day, and Earl Campbell was my hero. And I think we find inspiration behind players and by teams, and I think it makes us feel positive and good in our lives, and it creates community, and it creates a shared experience, just like the cinema does, hopefully. And kids like you and families and fathers, we're opening on Father's Day weekend across the nation. And what a great way to go back out there and, visit theater again, and me personally, growing up, going to movies in the summers to stay out of the Texas heat was like a huge part of it. So I think we all need a little inspiration and a little reassurance that we can pull out of this together, and things are going to be okay in due time, and we're all going to come out of this stronger with a lot more understanding of humanity and ourselves, and resilience and strength. And I think it's a timely film and story. So hopefully everybody else does too.
And since we're like kind of in the thought of this, what do you think like the message for the audience would be, since we're talking about this?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's, to just never give up. You may be daunted at times in your life, and you may want to give up. And, as a filmmaker, 20 years in at least now, I've thought about giving up so many times, and I'm sure Rusty Russell thought about giving up, and everybody else on that team wanted to give up. But if you just believe you can do it, and understand that it's gonna, you're on your own journey in life, and it's not going to be the same as your buddies or your the guy you read about the night before. You got to cut your own path and just stick with it and keep fighting the good fight, and feel a little bit of positivity after walking out of this theater, and knowing that with a resilient attitude, we're going to be able to get back to normal, and maybe even better than we were before, And so I want folks to feel positive again, and realize that, when we come together as one, and focus and stay disciplined at it, we can do anything. It's really true. Heart triumphs the biggest hurdles in our life,
Yeah. So I've been accurately guessing movies and having sequels on my other interviews. I'm on a hot streak.
Yeah.
So I think this movie is gonna have some awards and nominations. So what are your expectations?
Oh, well, thank you, bud. We would, there's so many great stories and backstories to all these orphans and Rusty, and we'd love to do a TV show. I mean, following the footsteps of Friday Night Lights, this was coined as the original Friday Night Lights. So why not? The Great Depression in Texas had some amazing characters, and really a diverse group of people. And, I think it would be a wonderful series. I really do. I hope we get a good groundswell, and folks like you who are helping us spread the word, and we can get it out there, and, who knows? Maybe we'll be doing a series in a year from now or something. So that would be awesome.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I think I can take these socks out now.
Awesome. You look great. Thanks for playing the part, Ethan.
That was
All
Ty Roberts, director of 12 Mighty Orphans, releasing on June 11th in Texas and June 18th nationwide. This is Ethan Person reporting for Kids First. Remember to smash the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss my next interview or reviews of my incredible teammates. So see you next time. This was a great game. Touchdown. Goodbye.
An orphan. And you'll feel the same way if you can believe in yourselves and believe in each other.